We now go live to Caracas as our correspondent Gladys Quesada has the latest information on this historic day.
Yeah, thank you, Luis, for this time and the contact here from the South and for teleSUR English. Currently, there is a man that is free. There is a man that is with their children, with his wife, and with his family in general. And that man is Alex Saab, a Venezuelan diplomat with a Colombian origin, but nationalized as Venezuelan. And that is someone that defended the Venezuelan integrity and the Venezuelan people, and is someone also that spent 1,286 days in prisons in the United States also and in Cape Verde. Let's recall one of the determinants of his detention and his kidnapping is that Alex Saab was serving the Venezuelan state. He was a Venezuelan diplomat at the time of his kidnapping in Cape Verde. Also, he was there accomplishing a mission given by the president of this nation, Nicolás Maduro Moros, to acquire supplies for the Venezuelan people as the people were enduring the sanctions of the U.S. As he was staying in Cape Verde in a stop of his aircraft to supply fuel, he was detained there, and then the next year, on 2021, he was extradited to the U.S. as a prisoner and was put in one of Miami's jails, and then he was isolated. He was deprived of health access and services, and also he was away from his families and out of touch of his legal team. Those are violations of due process and violations of his human rights, but Alex Saab upheld his dignity and also endured all of these circumstances, and today he is a free man in a free country named Venezuela. Alex Saab returned homeland this afternoon by the auspice and the benefits of the government of Venezuela after the claims of the people of Venezuela, and also he was, his case was observed by United Nations officers and international people, international personalities and personas. So far, the president of Venezuela received him in Miraflores, the seat of the government, Miraflores Palace, and he was stressing the dignity upheld by Alex Saab, and also he thanked his wife, Camila Fabri Saab, for the fight for enduring these years and keeping the family together in this time of absence, in this time of separations because of this unlawful detention of Alex Saab. Also, he was thanking the Vice President, Delcy Rodriguez, and the President of the National Assembly, Jorge Rodriguez, because of their role in this fight for his freedom and for his return to the homeland. So far, this is one of the victories of Venezuelan diplomacy. That's what has been said by the authorities. This is the victory of diplomacy. And the president of the nation has been saying that he's willing to keep talking with the president of the U.S., Joe Biden, to grant dialogues and to grant not only diplomatic ties, but also cooperation in these specific matters and how to solve several disputes and several conflicts. I think, and that's one of the main echoes from social media, that Venezuela is giving a lesson in diplomacy, not only because of today and for the return of Alex Saab to his homeland, but also because of the dialogues held in St. Vincent and the Grenadines with the president of Guyana, finally. Those have been two of the main highlights of Venezuela's diplomacy and geopolitics on this month and also in this year. And I think that reflects the will of Venezuelan government and the Venezuelan people to enhance their position regionally and to enhance it by the Bolivarian diplomacy of peace. Not to go to a conflict, not to be hostile, not to go to the war, but to be diplomatic, to be open to dialogue, and to be willing to negotiate and to find common ground. Also, today, the people in Venezuela, not just the government, the people in Venezuela is celebrating the return of Alex Saab to his home. And the last tweet or the last post in X of his wife, Camila Sabri, is that Alex is finally home. We know his 5 children were waiting for him. She was waiting for him, and all the Venezuelan people was expectant the minute this news came out to the public. Those are the main highlights of today. Those are the main key points of his trajectory of his coming home. And also, it is expected that he gives other declarations, but for now, he's resting at home and he's having a private and intimate time with his families and relatives. So those are the main highlights, and that's the information so far. Luis, back to you.
Thank you, Gladys, for the latest information on the return of Alex Saab to his homeland, to Venezuela.